Welcome to Third Party with Jaiga, Nikki and Ro'dey.
Welcome.
All right, Rodell, what's going on, my friend?
Blessed good night, everybody.
Ro'dey!
It's only fair. It's only fair before we go into topic. You just share with everybody your experience so far. I've been messaging you, but I see you're busy. You're doing your thing. Congratulations on your move.
Bless. Well, everything going as God planned it, I out here doing my thing.
Right.
I now jump off from my sleep because I reach home. Outside is be still bright now, boy. So I went and take a little 15-minute rest there and now kind of jump out of it because I can't miss the spaces.
Nice.
You understand?
Beautiful.
So a lot of people actually move into Atlanta because the whole atmosphere, being in LA and New York and these places, they get into the entertainment kind of changing. So I'll definitely get to meet a lot of people within the comedy realm and the entertainment industry while I'm here, which is a blessing. So
right.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, official, that today is our first test pack to record it, upload to the official podcast.
Right.
Remember all the papi show me for the equipment last week? Well, I went back again and buy some other things, some new things. This one actually working.
Vibes.
So we
Everything is not Chinatown, Jaiga. Sometimes you have to come out of Chinatown.
Nikki.
I never. I can't tell you when last I ventured down on that Chinatown. No, I can't tell you when last I ventured down there. We usually go
Ro'dey, buy equipment last week and it didn't work,
No. Listen, if I tell you why buy is an A-class thing. It's just it was the wrong thing to work at this application. But it's amazing. It's something I bought like a professional iRig. So it's not gonna waste. It's good. It's just it couldn't work with what we're using here.
Rastaman tell you that?
For Rastaman, I buy that in B&H Gillen.
iRig.
You went to
He's ass. Oh, let's Rastaman. Use a cacahole. All right, so we nice inside here.
Wow, from a cacahole.
It's spaces and you never expect them to.
No, it's a cacahole, but do you feel because you come into America, it's not going to be a cacahole in America? You feel when you reach the United States of America, it's going to change?
I am a cacahole.
That's all.
Ojo just wasn't allowing him to say it.
That's all.
Ro'dey, the jersey that you was playing when you touch Atlanta with all the characters, feel free to market yourself and tell me where we could get the apparel to purchase or some t-shirt, bro, with all the characters of your cast now. So feel free to market your product here, you know.
I appreciate that, boy. Good
night, everybody. Good night, everybody.
Night, Kevin.
Yes, Bonnie, I just. Go ahead, Nikki. Go ahead.
No, I just talking about the t-shirt real quick. I find Ro'dey little narcissist. You wear any face on the t-shirt.
So who else go wear Nikki?
Like promotion, I can't tell him.
Yeah.
I have to promote my thing.
Bonnie, Ro'dey understand. Ro'dey understand something, Anytime you don't want to sell it, it's screenshot and print on my own, So I doesn't like to take separation. I will screenshot it and print it for myself, and sell him a picture it too. So you know.
That's in here, Kevin.
I will support the artist and purchase wherever he put it. Wherever he could put it.
Yes, I don't mind supporting the artist. But this particular artist does put you on a penance money. And I taking wrong one like you're begging to buy the thing. That is the part that I can't take it.
Kevin, I'm testing the print, boy. Man, no print.
I like that one.
I'm just testing the print.
I like that one, Ro'dey. You're testing the print. That's a good one.
Testing the print. I don't make sure it's good for you. I want to sell a little low quality.
I hear that, my brother. Everybody's go through that. It's had to test different manufacturers. It's had different material. Different thing.
There's local people are dealing with too, so I want to make sure that it's good.
Good thing. I rate it, my brother. All right, guys, we here. Tonight's topic, we talking marriage. Everybody get quiet, boy.
The silence, boy. The silence echoing, boy. Shit, Kevin didn't say shit.
I listened.
Nikki gone.
I listened to you. We going with this.
Look at that.
I listened to you.
We talking marriage, weddings, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. There's an article that came out in the week here. Go on. where a couple send all their friends invoices.
For who
Right?
didn't show up in the wedding?
For who didn't come. And I totally agree with them.
Wow.
I remember when I was getting ready, you had to pay wherever you are. You had to pay that money by a certain date. There's have a cutoff time.
Of course.
And if you say 200 guests, you're paying for that 200 guests, whether they come or not. So
Yeah, so if you RSVP me, I invite you to my extravaganza, and you say, yeah, boy, Jaiga day for sure. And then on the day, you're not there. You have money for me.
wow.
Telling you have money for
You're
me.
sounding very Americanized, Jaiga. I don't
That is
like
not
how you sounding,
that is not mean
Jaiga.
Americanized. That is being money.
I don't like it, Jaiga.
That's
They're
money.
getting to you. They're getting in your blood, Jaiga.
That's money and I. What I'm not doing, it have all realms of this, you know, because me and my boy Kevin had a conversation, something that we don't like at all, a pet peeve. What Americans love to do. You see, you so Nikki, you all love lime. You see, you how you like lime with friends. Let's go to dinner. Let's go to dinner. When everybody reach, everybody eat skin out lamb and jam, and then they say, "But split the bill."
Yeah,
All right,
because
that is always a touchy topic because you know it have people who drink, who don't drink, you know. But no, Kevin.
That's the next thing I do.
No.
If you invite me to come and eat, I ain't splitting nobility item to come out because here what's going on. It's as some people real greedy. When we reach the dance, your man want to eat, your man ordering salmon and lobster and all kind of thing, and all my girl eaters are fries. And I had to bust up that thing. Nah, I'm not doing it. So it's either you're paying all or I paying all. Don't tell me to bust up that.
I always think in those situations, if a man know that he order plenty, you'd put like a half the bill. You know, if I know that I only order fries, I still contributed, I would throw in like a 20. And even if the fries is like a $12 or something, I would just throw in a 20. You had to be, everybody have to have their own kind of etiquette when they're going out. But you can't expect somebody who drinking, like I mean, it's only recently I started drink, but usually I never drank, and the most I drinking is a shot of tequila. But if I go and have people, I have friends who is real bad. So when the bill come, I know to myself, me and drink as much as them, I will I will contribute. But I know to myself, I not contributed as much as
No. If the bill come and I in the toilet, then there's a different
No,
scenario.
That was planned, Ro'dey.
You can't wait
was a
on me
Ro'dey
to
move.
pay the bill.
Ro'dey, you can't
Ro'dey, don't do that. Don't do that.
Bro, I didn't plan it.
You can't.
Ro'dey,
I just happened to be in the bathroom.
So we pulling it right back. So I only pour that there to come back to this. So now you send the invoice to your friend. So let's say you send the invoice and me now, I receive the invoice. I couldn't attend the wedding, but in all fairness, I understand your plight and I decided, okay. And then in that invoice, you itemize, well, you know, everything is prorated. Like a plate of food would have been 200 a plate, and then you would have guesstimate drinks. So you might have do pouring in all them bars they serve you by pour. So they might have assumed that you might have poured 3 drinks per night for yourself and 3 drinks for your partner, so 6 drinks by 2 plates. So that's how they judge it. But you know to yourself, you don't really drink, so you would not drink nothing. So you tell them no, and I'm saying, well, listen, I'm only paying for my food. Do you think it should have contention? Do you think your friendship should mash up, or they should just understand and take that and keep it pushing?
Let me ask a question now. No, this is on the basis that I call you and I let you know, boy, I can't make.
No. We RSVP. You say you come in, but on the day you just never go because something come up on the day and you ain't reach.
So I never call.
Nah, you know, but even though you can't call, you remember these things is planned in advance.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Once you RSVP and you're lucky in your name, that means you're coming. So that money accounted for. And if you're having a big shot wedding, a highfalutin ush. If you're having a ush kind of setup where a plate is 600 a plate and thing, and then when you put drinks, everybody think working out to be all kind of $8.99 a head.
Ja. Lord, there's a lot of it going. Lord.
I don't understand. I don't like what you're saying that, Ja. You're saying that, Ja, like you have no intentions of inviting nobody else.
Nah, that's why I did my thing in the community center, you know. I mean, going how lemon shoots.
Nice pot of pillow and bringing this.
Off topic a little bit here, and I want you to weigh in on this. How would you feel if you get invited to a wedding and the person who invited, your good friend and his groom and his bride, or your good friend and her groom, say, listen, we getting married such and such, but you had to bring a bottle. How will you feel about that?
Yeah,
I've been to one of those already. You gotta bring me a drinking.
You didn't see nothing wrong with that.
I got invited to one of those and I was taken aback, up to today I never get over it, I still study. I take out 3 cases, I'll start from my trunk and I still study that, And my good jacket
so how you will feel, Jaiga, if you go to a wedding and you have to pay for your drinks? That's how they do it in Canada, in the US. They have an open bar.
Shit.
Yeah, that's how it is in the American system.
Because you see, them
West Indian culture, though. That's if you
that is a culture thing. That is a culture thing.
Exactly, but it's the same kind of thing. It's the same thing we're talking about.
If I have a friend and he getting married to an American girl, like a Jewish little girl, I'm not going.
I've been to one. They keep it in a bar in Soho. So when you reach, wherever you walk to that bar, Jake, you start a tab. Pretty much. You start a tab one time. So when time to go, you know you have to go and settle up your tab.
Wow.
You get food to eat, you get a plate of food. And if you feel hungry again, you will go by the restaurant side of the bar and buy it.
Hey.
Wedding.
West Indian people really encourage real slackness over the years.
It's only our culture when a man tell you come true. You just have to walk with your hands again. Be properly well dressed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Me personally, I find that a real low true thing for you to call me to ask me back for money for your wedding.
Okay.
If it is you doing a wedding night, you're supposed to.
Good night, Kelly.
You're supposed to be in a position where, if you want a highfalutin wedding, you're supposed to have a budget for it. And even if 2-3 people don't show up, you know, I'm expecting you to call me individually and put me aside and say, listen, I realize I wasn't by your seat. You understand?
That kind of
and I need you to send a little 2,500 for me because I really paid for your seat and that, boy. I find that a lot of thing. That means you could have never reached there in the first place. You should have a smaller wedding.
You can't tell me that, Rudy.
But the thing is, if you show up, you will not have to pay. So I don't understand the maths of it. If you show up, you will not have to pay.
Exactly.
Because, Ro'dey, I will say, if the person did consider me to pay for me and I don't want to pay, it's only right I consider you and you ain't show up. So here we're going on. We good. Square up that.
Exactly.
No, you ain't listening to what Bonnie saying. Bonnie say you have to square up your bill. It's only fair.
Buddy, man. No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, because I consider you at first to pay for that come true because I consider you. And you ain't sure despite what happened.
But you can't say you considering me if you calling to ask me for 2,500.
But
how are you considering me?
But that's if you is a no show, Ro'dey. You gotta understand what we're saying, you know.
Nah, I find weddings not supposed to be so, man. I find if you can't reach there, you should have never do that in the first place.
I think what we're talking about is culture. There's a whole culture thing because I don't think it's a part of our culture to count people head and there's something new and I don't know if it's a new generation thing or if it's just an American culture.
It's not part of we culture. Long time it's phasing into that because everybody counting everything. I see in weddings that nowadays wedding where everything getting real sticky. Because let me ask the next question.
Because people want nice things.
What is in our culture?
People want to show off on social media.
Nikki, when you got married, you had bridesmaids?
No, I only had children.
Right, you had no bridesmaids. All right, let me ask in the space here. What is the
Shireen was actually my head girl.
Okay, cool.
You get churn from Nikki Land.
Wow.
Yeah, so this way.
Wow.
Nikki.
Parents sponsor the churn for you.
I only had flower girl.
She will be interview all of them in Nikki Land too. You have nice parents. You have a nice child.
Wow.
Then a big interview talking to them long, and then they realize invitation for wedding.
Wow.
You ever
thought about in the family with the flower girl? Huh?
So listen, what I want to ask is, what is the proper procedure when asked to be a bridesmaid? Does the bridesmaid fit the dress or the bride fits the dress?
When you say fit, what do you mean?
You mean pay for
cover
it?
the cost, pay for it.
Well, usually it's a bridesmaid.
Yeah.
No, I had situations. I had a situation where I paid for some of my bridesmaids. I think all of them I paid for their dresses. I think you just have to know what your budget is. If you can't afford,
are you rich?
Exactly.
If you can't afford to pay for your bridesmaids, have one.
How much bridesmaids you had, Paula?
I had three, about 4 or 5, four, because one of my sisters were pregnant, so she couldn't make it.
Paul, is
But
this a cultural thing? Because the way I know it, well, being in Canada, living, everybody had to pay their own dresses. I don't know if, and I trying to remember too in Trinidad, if I think you have to
Well,
pay
I
for your
will
own
see.
dresses.
Like in my sister and them time, remember I grew up with sisters. It was nobody pay for your dresses. That aunt sewing, everybody think, 'cause everybody look real hideous.
Yeah.
Everybody look hungry. Because you're going by the aunt,
Yeah.
and your aunt is a seamstress and she have a thing wrong she neck, she
Yeah.
measure
Exactly.
everybody. And she
Yeah.
She
making it for
pulling tape.
everybody. And
She
That's it.
pulling
and
tape.
everybody looking like
and she
tablecloth.
Yep.
can't
My
sew
sister
to suit
whole wedding look
everybody.
like a big
With
She
funeral.
the
pulling. She curling it all because all come and get measure and pulling tape last minute and sewing thing on people 2-3 hours before
You
and
understand? I
all in the
remember,
wedding people organizing she hemming here with clothes on and she
I
fatting.
must send all your pictures of my
The
sister
day,
wedding, all your cry.
Kevin,
Let me tell you.
the day before the wedding, she still measuring her
I
because
say
the next girl put on weight.
she pulling measurement.
But girl, you get bigger?
Yeah.
Last time I measured, you wasn't so big. I gotta pull out this just for you.
I'm telling you, man. She pulling measurement, she pulling measurement. And she want to iron everybody thing, because she afraid you iron it because you might burn it. And she don't want you spoil she craft
Yeah.
and mess up she craft and spoil she handiwork. And it's a lot of things. But I have a question though. You keep your wedding, everything went spectacular. You had a time, everybody had a time. At the end of the wedding, you had real drinks. When people started, you realize the place getting people looking like they're ready to go. And you had real drinks. While the wedding going on, let me back up. While the wedding going on, you walk out to get a little breeze. Then you keep thing in club and thing, in hall. You gotta walk outside and get a little breeze now. You see people packing drinks in a trunk. What do you
Yeah.
do?
Put it back.
Nah, I ram.
What
I
Drink,
ram.
drink and centerpiece. Said it. Let's go with your drink.
That, yeah, they
what do
love to go
you
into
do?
centerpiece.
no,
Yeah,
I
the
that's
ram.
fine,
centerpiece
boy.
is fair game, man. Centerpiece, you know they're gonna take
You
that.
mad? I wasn't
Nah,
taking no
you have to.
centerpiece.
You
Yeah.
have
Nah.
to
What
be
are you gonna
invited
do
I
to
with all
rent
take
them
the
that.
centerpiece.
centerpieces?
I
You
rent
Take
can't
that.
it.
just take centerpiece off of the
I
table.
rent
Take
that.
that.
I have
Take that.
Well,
savory. I have
Take
savory
that.
things to give you, not the centerpiece. I rent that. I know about a wedding in Bataria where it had real fight where the groom pulled cutlass. For your cousin and them is rab because you're not going through that. Why?
Normally,
the
Because they
but
started moving.
normally
What
I
they
people
call
think
it?
I
just
would
take
know
to have
better
the
too.
centerpiece. You can't just take a centerpiece off of a table.
You,
No, as if you make
bull
the
face,
if you
boy.
rent the centerpiece, I had done the centerpiece so that people could take it because
Well,
what I
that's
would have
different
But
done.
because
they
you
have
you
to
created a.
decide who gets it. You can't just because I
no,
also
but you
hosted weddings. If somebody just taking a centerpiece, I'd be like, "Who is you? Hello." No,
But
you
yeah.
have to.
In Paula's
They
situation,
tell
Paula
you who
had
could take the centerpiece. They have in their mind who they want it to go to at the table.
Yep.
that
Because
wedding,
it going to have a
the
it going to
chocolate
have an
machine and
aunt.
all get packed.
Listen, it going to have an aunt. It going to have an aunt
Oh,
Kevin
you're
who say
laughing.
she ain't get nothing.
Yes, the
But
same
you
aunt who
guys
saw the
had to
clothes.
choose. You had to
The
choose
same
your
one who
aunt
saw
to
all the
put this
clothes.
so she could get the centerpiece.
She going to say she
Boy,
ain't get.
I host wedding and thing already where the person who organized the wedding, every 20 minutes they come in. Hi, you just remind the people and them not to take the
Yeah,
centerpieces,
I did.
okay?
I hosted weddings like that too.
And
Correct.
is every 20 minutes, well, we just making an announcement here, just reminding everybody that the centerpieces are not to be
Not
taken
to be
and
removed.
you are not to leave with it.
Correct.
now, if
Is
you
a
have to do all
responsibility on
that
the
in
part
a
of the
wedding,
person managing.
then go Vegas. That's too much stress.
No,
As
well,
a bride, go
it
Vegas.
it boils down to culture again, and in Trini
Correct.
weddings, you could
Correct.
because I saw that wedding what Jaiga and Ro'dey talk about every 20 minutes at the end of the wedding. You know they're going with it. So it's all
Yeah.
about culture
Yeah.
and discipline.
Still want to go with it.
Yeah, so Trini wedding, yeah, brace yourself for your centerpiece to be gone with then.
But I got one question with your scenario. Did the person put a disclaimer on the invitation? If you don't show up, you have to pay. Unless you
Nah,
put that on the
I don't.
invitation, I don't think you should be coming back to tell people you
Mm-hmm.
can't you ain't show up, so you ain't pay.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the people personally, but here my take on it, right? I believe after the wedding, when all was done and after the honeymoon and thing, homeboy realized he didn't really like that girl much, so he over key cream. Because I really don't understand. Me, I don't have the testicular fortitude. I've had so much shame in me. I don't know how to even call
I
people
can't call
to
nobody,
say,
boy. I can't call
hey,
nobody.
that little money that I pay for
I
that thing, I
can't.
wear it back. I can't do that.
You go into court for that, boy?
I
You could
cannot do
carry
that.
somebody to court for that, boy?
But you know, America different. They will carry you to court for anything for $20. But I'm just saying, I don't know the full story, but I just asked at this moment, I think it would have been appropriate.
I mean, if you
Yeah,
just
yep.
put it as that disclaimer in fine print on the invite and then you come back, I'll say, okay, I didn't read the invite properly, but just to come back to because I ain't show up to give me a bill, something wrong with that. It's almost
Yet
like lending
again.
money to a friend, right? If I go and lend money to a friend, I had to be okay that you might not pay me back if I want to keep the friendship. And that's how I see weddings. If you invite people, they might tell you yes, but they may not show up, and you ought to be all right with that. Deal with them after and say how you go do with that. Not so much from our money, but I thought, we good enough.
Thought we good, yeah.
That's
Because
very true, Paula.
it have a flip side to that, eh? It have people who just told real feelings that they never get invited to a wedding to, because they feel that you and them at a level where they felt entitled to be at that
Yep.
wedding, and when they didn't
Yeah,
get
it's
an
supposed to
invitation,
be. It's
they
supposed to be there.
real upset with you.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
I know about that hell.
Pass straight and thing involving that too.
Yeah, it have pass straight, it have stop talk. And one thing, I thought you and them was good. Nah, them, but them not real. Once you
Yeah.
get married and never himself call me and that kind of
Yep.
thing. Because people fail to understand that sometimes, when planning of a wedding, the cost is a factor. And then you have to also incorporate the two parties, the bride and groom, because she family, your family, you have to balance it
And
out.
you have to include bold-facedness. There's a kind of bold-facedness with Trini weddings that I cannot understand.
The
Because
people are just show up,
yeah, and
Very
want
true.
to eat out your food, and
dress
those
up
days are
nice, nice,
done.
nice,
I'm
I
nice.
know.
sorry, those days are done.
Not only that, they want to bring a friend.
Nope, nope, nope,
But tell them bring
nope,
the friend and a star.
Is while they're in
Bring
your
a goofy
wedding.
case of star
nope,
one
While
nope.
time.
Those days are done. I am not going to plan
I's
my
friend of the
wedding
bride's
with
sister.
120 people and everybody know where everybody's sitting, and I plan this shit, and then all of a sudden 2 extra people turn up and I have nowhere for them to sit down, and I stressing as the bride. No,
is
no,
while they're
I
in
let
your
you
wedding, they're
drink and
calling their
everything.
friend. And you're them telling your friend now, just nice say is a proper wedding. This wedding
No,
up there is one of them up there wedding now. So just nice. And when you come,
Danny,
call me when you reach outside.
you know how much of
no.
them call I get? I get Dan in the reception boy. He have a vibe, you're coming up.
Yeah.
I
Nope.
get enough of them call.
Yeah.
Dan ain't coming. He have a vibe, boy. Nah. He think put together. He had a pull in. He think put together. I remember being in that wedding like that was Gallon and them own. Nikki, you know what people get called? Center of Excellence to an effect.
Yeah,
Just for
but
Yeah,
the
you,
I guess
fastness.
you can come after the dinner and do that, but just not during dinner. To Nikki point, you're stressing out because it's people eating and you standing. So, but
yep.
if you wanna come sit for the dance part where drinks still flowing and outside, I ain't go fuss too much. But that sit down eating thing, that's where you ought to show some sort of,
I, f-
Paula,
I,
you
I
know how
find
embarrassing it is. You saying you ain't go fuss too much. You know how embarrassing it is. Your thing well put together, and you seeing a line of stragglers outside because they don't get a park and they just stand up by the road
boy,
waiting
No,
till all they done
a
eat inside
maxi
and,
load,
and dance
a
up the keep.
maxi load of them
But
coming.
They
tell him
just
to
no.
waiting
come.
till you
If
the
Paris, who tell him to come?
what? They come and they waiting.
Trinities
Let
have
them wait.
a lot of
Let
bad
them
ways, a
wait.
lot of bad ways. Nope.
I wouldn't feel embarrassed at
Mm-mm.
all.
No. If you say you want to send a bill to them,
Nope.
No, I
I
wouldn't
might
send a bill
consider
to
that.
them, but they could come in when the whole reception started.
You
No,
real nice.
no. I totally
I know the
disagree.
bar locking off at a certain time.
That is because you want to encourage that. Let me tell you something. When I was getting married, right, it started off very big, and I never wanted a big wedding. I always wanted, I read somewhere that you should know everybody in your wedding. You
Yeah.
should be meeting new people. Hi, I'm the bride. Fuck that. This is my wedding. I wanted a small wedding, and everybody, I knew everybody, close family. So
The only
anything in that mindset, it chopped down the list immediately. It chopped down, and I prefer. That's just me. I prefer that kind of wedding than a big wedding where half the people come and eat your food. And again, you can't afford to give your best food and wine to 400 people compared to
Yeah.
you cut it down and you treat your guests as much as you could.
Me,
But
I consider him doing what Marshall do. Yes, I go in by the red house and then I go have something by the house.
exactly,
Mm,
it's so take that money and buy land, boy.
that's
But
true.
Trinis, we have a big wedding. It must have a big, everybody must be there. And and then they will turn around and back talk your wedding.
We
But they
buy
go
the
bad
botanic.
talk you regardless. When I get married in a big way. Everybody coming.
Do we have to bring a bottle?
That talk, eh?
So
Lily
Lily, you
just
having a
talking
cook
because she am
food
out.
and done wedding as opposed to a wedding at the Hyatt or the Hilton or somewhere else? You could do that with a cooked food and done wedding, but if you're having it at an established place, you can't just invite everybody to come.
Listen, this might sound harsh. I telling all inside this place, forget our marriage thing, Jed. You and whoever you're with, or they like one another, live with one another.
Wow,
Wait,
if we said that now, forget
wait,
marriage.
Why?
Sonia.
Because
Let's
you do
forget
it
the
wrong
whole
and the
wedding.
person figure out how to do it right. Look here.
I tell her they
Wait.
forget that. That Deacon says, well, that is good and Pauline, then boy, take
Jaiga,
it
that
from me.
because you probably do that already. If people and do that and
No,
they want.
he do it wrong. So he want the rest of we to do it wrong.
I never do it wrong per se, you know. It's not a matter of doing it wrong. It's just that you need to have
It's a matter of not doing it right.
No. My advice to any young person or anybody at all getting married, make sure that the communication window is very clear. Make sure that it have no streaks. The glass is not wet. It's not damp at all. Make sure that glass is very clear. When you say, listen, this is what we're doing, right? Who is handling this? Who is handling that? Because what happens is when it's not clear, you end up in a situation where marriage is done, you're home and you realize, but wait, so I thought your father name wasn't. No, I never heard daddy say that. But I thought your mother. No, I never. And you end up with the whole bill. So I just say, make
Yeah,
sure
but
the window clear. That's all.
No, but as a
me,
Trini, if you never went to a wedding for kicks, my godfather his house was on the way to the church. So he used to, on a Saturday evening, wash his car. If he had a shoebox, he would wrap up in wedding paper, leave it in the back of the car. And once you see them lights following, them cars, 4, 5, 6 cars following, and he has the lights on and they're blinking and they're going down in the church, and man, he gonna change the clothes one time. And we're gonna ask him, friend of who, bride, groom, it doesn't matter. By the time he done come back home, nobody even noticed he was there. If he ain't do that as a Trini, it's not a Trini.
That's so
Well, I
shit.
have that in my family, but it's more of a kind of bacchanal way. Like my great grandmother, soon had fire, she used to fly down the road to see who fire. And then one day, she break her foot, something fall on her foot and she break it, right? So I have the same kind of thing, Lily, but not with weddings, more with fire. It was a thing with my grandmother,
What you
or
got
great
like a
grandmother.
thing people pulling down?
I can't speak for
Yeah, I
other
guess that was
cultures.
entertainment. Long time they had no Netflix, fire down the road, everybody going down the road to see the fire.
Wow.
Exactly. You go, you see who thing, what they had in the house, what burn it like in the wedding. You want to see what she have on. Oh, she looking stupid, boy. And they're gonna eat your food normal.
I find that as being poor taste, man. I find people shouldn't go somebody wedding and talk about the bride looking good and who make that dress and we should get that and that. I
They had
find that
nothing else to do long time.
I find that too harsh,
me,
man.
as I leave the church, I realize I got to move real militant with my wedding. As I leave the church and I in the botanical gardens, taking picture them, I spot in here and say, yo, it's no sitting for you when we reach where we going, eh? So make this your last stop here.
Wow.
Botanical gardens is your last stop. Let's say go in the zoo or something. But I take it and go in the zoo.
Well, I'm glad you tell me that, son. We used to go straight to the reception and wait. I ain't going.
You see?
I ain't going to do botanical gardens and watch you take no picture. I'm going straight to the reception and wait. Straight. You understand? Straight.
But Rudy, like you invite him.
But apparently.
You see, that the next thing,
I go in and a heavy security by
that way this gets sticky. You see, I'm glad you say that, Lily. What is the proper protocol? Let's say, for instance, you're working at a place, right? People who you're working with automatically feels as though they should be invited because they're senior every day.
Not a person who
Nah.
working man
Your type of job. You
Not
see
a
how you,
person
Ro'dey
working
and
man
Nikki
get
working
lazy.
close? Yeah. But everybody, other types of job like mine? No. You can't sit down there and feel you can get invited. Your type of job, yeah, or you're working close every day.
But I don't
But
say we good.
Jags, I work close. Derek wasn't invited to my wedding, and me and he working same van, same shift, everything every day. He hear about it and see pictures.
Wow, that's
That's
cool.
it. And I show back up to work like normal. Hey, what's the scene?
Yeah,
Normal.
yeah, boy.
We are co-workers, bro. You
Well,
are not friends.
my first wedding, I didn't hang my hat where I can't reach. But
Wait. Say
Nah,
Bonnie,
buddy, I don't like how you just dive in that day.
Bonnie, you
Back,
My
cannot do
first
that. You
wedding.
cannot do that.
backtrack that story.
oh gosh, well you pull back now, you
Backtrack
come
that
back.
story. Backtrack that
So
story.
I do my thing and on my honeymoon when I really check in the bank account, all I saying is way. So my second wedding now I say, boy Kevin, the first one you do it lavish and yet still you're hearing the food wasn't good, the bar locking off,
Funny.
how he look. So at my second one I went simple and grand and that
Funny.
was really effective. So I learned the thing. I learned the thing correct.
Yeah.
And how the
Yeah,
third
that
one went?
I don't
How
want
the
to learn
third
nothing.
one went?
when you're ready to give me a finger, you're gonna know.
Hey.
The both of them might come up at the same time.
All you come right down from there. Both all you come
Oh,
right down.
that comes rude too.
All you come right down from there. Both of you.
The security for my wedding go be like Marshall Monday. You can't get in just so. You can't get in just so. It's real security at the pass show. What band you have on then?
But
What number is your seat?
I'm happy to see that the general consensus in these spaces is that people still have a soft spot in their heart for that kind of union, getting married and enjoying the whole frills of that covenant. It's so nice to see it. I'm
See,
happy
because
for it.
it's supposed to be about love. We making marriage about business and transactions and trying to
But
get back money after the wedding and
marriage
all
is
kind
a
of thing.
transaction. No, that's the wedding. We're talking about the marriage itself. Remember, it's a complicated conversation. People just tie up the two. There's a wedding and then there's marriage. The wedding is something totally different from the marriage.
Well, is the wedding I referring to?
Yeah, the wedding is the
I find we trying to make this too make it a business too much, man.
You know what it is to
Our wedding
spend.
supposed to be a day of celebration of love.
You know what it is to spend big money on a wedding and the wedding and the marriage in last 2 years and then you get a divorce and she take you for everything.
happens every
Not,
day,
I
bro.
think you should go to court and dish the case. Somebody had to get case. I believe
Oh,
somebody should get case.
that court thing is a real bitch,
I believe somebody should get
That
case.
court thing is a bitch, and if you is a man and you end up with a child with a young lady or the woman, you know what I mean? As a man, I will advise any man walk away and leave because it's not really the woman, but you have to put on strict rules. No man can come here and stay there. It's for you and the child. As this man,
That
as this
ruling
man
lasting long, Bunny. Come on, Bunny. That ruling lasting long.
Put back, buddy. You cannot tell a woman.
That rule not
Hey,
standing up.
Chives,
No
all
way.
right. Chives, let me finish. Let me finish. A man is to provide. My mother have 2 children. My mother buy 2 vehicles for my sister. She crash it, she think. She put the house on my name. And here my mother say, your sister room will always be your sister room. So if she husband or she boyfriend given trouble, she could come back. So as a man, the man is to provide. So I get married, I ain't expect you and a woman go down 50-50 and buy. So as a man, if I provide and I furnish the house and whatnot and thing, and then we split, what you feel I go do? Back a truck and take everything? Hey, I walking away because I have a child. I mean, if I have no child with she, well, hell yeah, giving she hell. But if a child is involved, what I go do? I go take everything and say I'm taking it because I don't want to leave the king size bed for next
Nah,
man to lie down.
just pull your lace,
I ain't
pull
saying
your
that.
shoelace real tight and keep pushing.
I ain't saying that
That's all you gotta do.
you pull your shoes.
Pull your shoelace real
But when
tight
you
and
leave,
press.
my thing is when you leave, right?
You can't take nothing.
You cannot
You
leave
can't lay
with
down no laws.
stipulations. You cannot lay down no
Nah, you
laws.
gotta leave that.
Leave that alone.
You have to hope that the communication between you and said individual and the relationship between you and said individual is mature enough for both parties to have understanding and for her to respect you and her child enough to know that, listen,
We would love that.
I don't even think respect is even. I think consideration. She has some kind of consideration for you
no,
that a man ain't gonna really be living there.
Nah, it's not consideration. It has to be respect because let me tell you this: we all are we's man, and we know this thing this go. Nobody here is not going to be in a situation where they meet a young lady. She tell you, listen, I am a year and a half out of a divorce. I'm still currently living in the home that me and my husband once shared. I have a 6-year-old son. and me and him home there, and she invites you home there, you're going to go. As man, you're going to go. You understand? She has to have enough respect for herself and the situation and her child to have a comfortable conversation with you to say, listen, you can come over, you can do this, but it have to have limitations. She cannot expect you to come, and you too, as a man, as a real man, you can't
I
just
was
gonna go there.
waiting for you to reach
You,
there.
you can't just go
I
there.
think the man had to have respect for himself. So you're trying to tell me the girl Ro'dey was lying down to next door jamming and the child right on the bed, he had no respect for she? He had respect for her. He had respect for her. So you had a respect for yourself and just see what happening. If once she explain that, you stay out of the man place or you make your presence in the man place minimum where he shouldn't be able to be coming there to see child and bouncing you up there, drinking more beer and eating pilau.
And
You
if
got problems.
Kevin, if he
but
bouncing
how
up,
long that go on for?
yeah, but
How
if
long
he
that go
bouncing
really
you,
go on
if he
for?
bouncing you up and eating pillow, as a man too, you at some point in that relationship, you two had to step up. You can't sit down there knowing fully well. Okay, remember how things is go. Women talk, people talk, pillow talk. You know that you in a man place, and you had it will come up. Because you will start to look around the house and realize certain things. Okay, you know where she working, you know what she does, but you're watching the house and you're watching the maintenance, everything is well kept. Within the back of your mind, it's like, how she doing this by herself, boy? Then it will dawn in here now, boy. The man tried here, so he handling certain things. You as a man will have to ease up the brother. You will have to ease up the brother. You will have to ease him up.
That's why I tell myself, I say, I go and take a real long to tie my shoelace. Because you know how long I wait for that AGC number? Yeah? It's 10 years plus. It's 10 years plus I wait for that AGC just to get that AGC number. I'm going to take a while to tie my shoelace.
I can't take you. I go.
I'm telling you, now we have to work on your more time, make just to tie that bathroom.
Yeah,
Jaiga, let's take some new speakers now.
Who there? Who knew?
Who new want to speak? Because we'll get booked that we don't let speakers.
Yeah, any new people, let's please put up your hand. Let me bring you in.
But with the fellatio specialist gone.
I don't know.
Like some youth man, Trinidad Grenada flag. Like some little youth man who learn to spell the word and post it up and when you're making the page, fellatio or what? When you know what that?
All right, Kevin.
All right, and he right here. So if I'm wrong, he can come and represent himself. You know how long Nikki tried to get him to say something?
Fellatio not 10. Where's Fellatio?
He gone.
He must go. He must go. He's only grown up today. Once Paul after that talk, he gone. He gone.
How I run fellatio? I didn't say that.
Because he's not of that. He ain't reach up there yet. That is a little youth man. Who now see two arms push out on the belly and you see profile picture. Come on, line up in the back upside down. Come on, man.
Good night. What's going on?
Good night.
Good night. What's going on?
Are you okay? How's everybody?
Everybody is beautiful.
Oh my God, I missed
Somebody bring the crickets.
Party. Nikki,
Yo, gosh,
you and Ro'dey are very much missed. It's not the same with Goofy and the breakfast party. I'm sorry.
I know. There's a hold on for now.
Yeah, let me not go down that road. There's a hold on for now. We'll fix that situation.
No, I'm not trying to be bad. I'm just saying that you all are missed.
It's called Mars versus Mars.
Thank you. We appreciate that. But for right now in these spaces, this is where it's at.
I
don't agree with the
Who has a question for me?
Paula.
Yes.
Back to bring up the stag and bring in the bottle to the wedding. Why is that a bad thing? If people charging you for money, why the reverse can't be true? Where I ask you to bring drinks.
No. It's just that it was for me. It was a shock because I'd never experienced it before. That I didn't even know it was a thing. I didn't know people even ask that you bring drinks to a wedding. Because remember again.
To a wedding with no drinks? Because I went.
Yeah, that's what I'm not going and say Paula. But at a Hindu wedding, Jaiga, they have no alcohol. They
no alcohol. No alcohol is different.
Well, that's expected.
No, but there's no alcohol in the wedding, but everybody does alcohol in the vehicle.
Yeah, I went to that.
I went to a wedding where there was no drinks, no soft drink. It was water.
Wow.
And unsweetened iced tea, and you see a set of people pouring all the sugar and the equal they could to sweeten it.
It's a proper vegan wedding.
Where you went?
It was
in
the
Nebraska.
thing is the wedding. You know who the wedding had? You ever hear about the bus? He's a football player, a well-known football player up here. Not soccer, but football. He was one of
NFL,
the
yeah.
yeah, he was one of the groomsmen at the wedding, or the best man. And we were just kind of perplexed because we were like, well, you ain't buy a case of soft drink. And it was a nice place. The wedding itself, the venue, everything was nice. It just had we couldn't understand it. It was so perplexing. So bring your stag. If you could have told me, I had to donate some seven
Hold
or
on,
some
you missed the
whatever.
bar. Had a bar somewhere.
No, it had everybody. Everybody was thirsty, Nikki. Everybody was thirsty. When my husband and I reached back to the hotel, I never buy nothing from no vending machine in no hotel because your mind just don't be there. Well, we robbed that vending machine. We drink down
Wow.
whatever was in there.
So you
Wow.
fly out and book hotel to go this wedding and nothing to
we
drink?
Nothing.
we fly out, we book hotel. In fact,
Wow.
my husband actually ended up being a groomsman last minute, so he had to pay for his
What?
own tax. It was
Oh Lord.
everything.
No.
Everything was
I was telling him
opposite
how
for
I
that
feel.
wedding.
I was telling him how I feel. I was sending him a WhatsApp.
And afterwards, not even a premium bottle was sent to the address in a thank you for nothing.
Now they
I
were.
like
I
that.
think they were
I like
70.
that. They
So I
focus on
just didn't
love.
say thing.
All you come for your belly and them come to get married. Go home and drink all your season.
But
Yeah, but
the food was good though. The food was good. It just had water to drink. That was what was the fascinating thing. It was just water and
So
some
wow.
when
and
when
some
Healthy
you
nice
your
wedding.
tea.
house there, all
Healthy
you're doing
wedding.
is
Paula,
smoking
where
to
was
drinking
this
that water.
wedding?
It
I was
was
I
in
in.
tell you,
Where
it was
was
in
vegan
it?
wedding in
Trinidad. It was in
Nebraska.
Detroit. It was in Trinidad. It was in
It was
Detroit.
a Wassa wedding. It was sponsored by
Nah,
Wassa.
girl. Nah,
Detroit, Detroit,
they
Detroit.
were in Detroit apparently.
You know
Wow.
what?
It
You know
was
what wedding
good.
you know what wedding is a good wedding to stay away from? I wouldn't call the store name. I would just say excellent. Them was running a dread sting boy. Them crying down the groom and the bride day. And the invitation is a voucher. Watch now. The voucher I get, I had to carry a cake mixer. Watch now. After about 8 months after I gone home to check the newlywed then, and I watching my cake mixer taking dust. I want to take it back, you know. You see them wedding?
Dad, what are you talking about, Bunny? I don't understand.
Bunny, stop that.
Bunny, I don't understand. What you mean?
The guest
Boy.
list, the guest list. You know, when they
So
send you, what they
Hey,
want.
They're telling you what gifts to bring.
Bunny, that is a bridal registry. That is
There's a
perfectly
registry,
normal.
but
So
I don't
you
understand
don't
how
end
you
up
end up. He
with
say,
10 of the
Ollie,
same thing.
Ollie not hearing the man say that he end up home with the mixer, so I don't understand. How you end up home with the mixer? You didn't give it to them? I'm
I give it to
confused.
them, and I went and I vibes them like 8 months after, and I watching my cake
Oh,
mixer. They're watching the
I
cake
know,
mixer that they
I
make me
know,
buy for
understand.
them. Up on top of
Was it a
cupboard,
KitchenAid?
taking
Was it
real
a
dust,
KitchenAid, Bunny?
Hey,
and the
Bunny, it
store.
was a KitchenAid?
And the store. When I went in the
Bunny.
store to buy, they gave me a code. So
Bunny,
I see in three set
I
of
want to know if it was a
hold,
KitchenAid because I know
hold
a
on
boy who
now,
used to have a
hold on.
KitchenAid in
So when I go in the
Trinidad.
store and I telling myself, well, all right, Kevin, you go look for the cheapest cake mixer. The barcode to
Is
scan that
that
is the
why you
most
still wear it?
expensive.
And
That
ain't
is
no
how
KitchenAid?
serious it is, you know.
What's your seed?
So that is why
I
I say
don't understand.
that store was running a dreads thing. I wouldn't call the name. I would just say excellent. You see them wedding, as you tell me you're getting married, hey, you're doing that thing where you had to go down by them people there. Boy, as you tell me, yeah, excuse.
Bunny is a bridal registry.
I pour one more part of them kind of wedding.
You don't have to do it, but it's easy for the couple.
But
You
oh
feel it's
god,
a
but if I
setup
know
thing.
Bunny, Nikki, if you know Bunny, Bunny's that type of dude. If you call Bunny and
Bunny
they say
says a setup thing. He
Bunny,
not coming your wedding.
Bunny's that kind of fella. If you call Bunny and say, Bunny, boy, we having a lemon barbecue, and Bunny hit Bunny and say, well done. We go take our butlers, and Bunny's that kind of man will go and get it. So in Bunny's defense, he get the invitation with the registry saying, listen, you responsible for this. So he went and he get it in good faith. But the problem is when you reach in the house and see it, it's not using.
never use, never
That's
use. Guy that
correct. And all
it's
that
called
man.
I just
never
want to
use.
know if it was KitchenAid. That's all I want to know. Bunny, was it
Yes,
KitchenAid?
high end. That's correct. That's the name self, high end.
Bunny,
Because
that is not your business. People saving it
Lion.
for the
wait, so wait,
anniversary.
so
Nobody
so
give a
wait. All the mixers
Lion,
because
so KitchenAid,
while
you
I
telling
ordering
liar.
while I ordering the mixer, I asked them, well, what is the difference? All they telling me all doing the same, but why this one price so far from all the rest?
Buddy, you know how much people want KitchenAid in Trinidad. Don't start with me. Don't do that to me. Stop that.
Kitchen
Stop
is
it.
listen, but
Bunny,
that's
did you
something else.
your peep and see the plastic on the seal? You know, there's a little plastic right where you had to flip the thing to open the box. Your peep
Correct.
and see that plastic did cut at all. They even
Nah,
open it.
by the real good, by the thing, only thing with the button thing to press, the kind of thing what does make the noise by the gift wrapping it at a price and all. Then after I buy it, they telling me no, you can't go with it. We have to gift wrap it here. The people and them have a color code. By bacchanal with the whole by not me by that thing I mafia thing by.
Bunny, you
Yeah, but-
never know about bridal registry.
But Bunny, that is not, you
Bunny
can't
say he
blame.
pay for the thing and they give him it.
Yeah, but Bunny, you can't blame the excellent people and them. And it's like,
Boy could
that's
feel
not them
rip
fault.
off. I could see why he feel rip off.
But I'm feeling your pain, my brother.
When I ask my bedroom, she take any cake cost what? But you want cake mixed up.
But you want cake mix.
It does look good on the kitchen counter, Bunny. It does look good. Some people just have it. They just say they have it. They don't really have to use it. They just have it.
No, but she would still in the box, Dad. She didn't even take it on the box. She sit on the counter and buy the nice little cover and cover it. She died even what she do with it.
To the boxes. She have it to the... I seen somebody new here. Let me see if we bring in some newness here. I don't understand this name. Greetings. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, hi.
So
Welcome. You don't have a name.
it's Maria. I'm
Pray
from
for something.
Pray for
Yeah.
St. Vincent.
Pray for St.
Pray for
Vincent.
Vinci.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
but onto
Yes,
the
Vincent.
first one you're talking about the wedding. I was living in Asia for a while, and they are the best places to get married because the bride and the groom and the family do a little something by like the courthouse or the Buddhist temple, and the cost of the wedding is on the parents of the bride or the groom who they invite come. Nobody else can come to the wedding. You don't have to worry about money. No set of outside people come in your wedding, and that is it. So I think anybody want to get married the Asian way, go courthouse and then have a reception.
I
No.
like Maria.
Just
When you
Maria,
go
one
to the
night, just
temple.
And Maria
Maria,
first
don't
wife
find
and
me fast, While I see and pray for St. Vincent, I thought was a Vincentian coming, but I realizing is yard, correct?
no,
no,
no, no, no, no,
not
No,
Vincent,
no,
St.
no.
Vincent.
Vinci.
That's a
I
few minutes
Vinci.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vinci. Straight
Welcome,
Vinci.
Maria.
Nice
Welcome,
of Vinci.
Maria.
What?
Welcome.
Maria, where's your last name, Maria? Cricks.
My last name is Monroe.
Look up,
Just
we're gonna
put it
get
out
Chris.
there. I don't want no Asian coming wrong with children. Please, I'm paying for nothing.
But
Yeah?
no, Lily, hear the thing. For the wedding itself, right? It's just you, your husband, and the parents. Because they believe in a lot of energy. So you need to have some people with bad energy and karma when it come to the actual wedding ritual. They don't want that bad energy and that bad karma and
Like
stuff
that. No
around.
bad vibes in your wedding. I
Right.
like that.
They
I
don't
feel
want
like why
nothing
people
wrong
just
with
bust
it.
up, it's not too much bad energy in
So
everything.
when that done now,
That makes sense.
the parents pay for a little reception place. If they say they could afford 50 people, 50 people come. If they could afford 10, 10 people come. So it's not on the bride and the groom to pay for the wedding, it's the parents who pay for the wedding. And the only gift you give at Asian weddings is money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
that
that.
makes sense.
I know that.
Are available to any Asian men out there in the
And I
church.
just learned anybody know who have any young children, any little 11-year-old son or 12-year-old son. My child have no friends. So they'll be having nothing.
Nothing.
So
Me,
Jaiga, you're
she.
paying for the wedding?
No, sir.
Well,
Me,
that's how it
Didn't
used
know,
to
yeah?
be. I mean, that's how it used to be where the
I not
bride
letting no
used to
youth man
pay
come and play. He
for
tell me friend
the
and them,
everything.
It's
Dad, you
9
know who's my
o'clock.
girl? Jaiga the trainer. Yeah, I married and she is our best friend. Not at all. Not at all.
No, but usually the father of the bride is responsible for the
Supposed to
wedding.
pay
It
for
didn't
the
happen so
wedding?
for me, honey. It didn't happen so for me. It had no father, no bride. I fit my whole bill.
But
So
not
nobody.
because it didn't happen like that for you, Jaiga.
Well, I brainwash. It's not happening like that ever. I'm not paying for nothing. So I don't want no youth man out there feel that, yeah, my brother, yeah. So then we could come on. Yeah, what you mean? Jai's paying for that. She father handling that. Never.
But look at it
Never.
this way: if you're paying for it, you could call all the shots.
Now with them defiant children and nowadays, for them to cost me. I said that.
You always have something to say about children, like if they're defiant all the time.
Hello?
Right?
Hi,
Apologies.
Marlene. And I was seeing Marlene there.
All right. Marlene, good night. I'm seeing Gail. I seen a next new person again. Let me see. I'm bringing somebody else new. Where did it disappear to, boy?
Look,
Wow,
Khadija down there hiding.
Hey, Nikki. Hey, Jaiga.
Hi, what's going on, Marlene?
Hey, hi, Marlene.
Hi, honey. How are you?
We good. We good. It's Wednesday.
That it is.
All right, Sean, what's going on? Before Sean come in. Hello?
Oh, Sean.
What's going on with Marlene there?
Marlene come in here dragging. I was waiting to just say thank you, Ro'dey. Thank you, Ro'dey.
Sorry, guys. I had a rough day today at work. It's just been chaos. But it's my Friday. I'll be in New York tomorrow.
Only I could tell you, Marlene and them don't sleep. And Marlene is an original pumper. Marlene and them is party different. Cannot handle them. Them don't know how. Them Marlene and Nikki could go good. All Nikki friend and them does know when to say good night. I'm going home. Nikki and them does know how to say I'm going home. Right, Marlene? Nikki and me tell her Marlene. Yeah,
I seen a newbie in the chat. One name is that boy from Calente. I would like to hear this person come forward.
Khadija.
Nah, Khadija, no, you always like to call Khadija to the forefront. You bright, Kevin.
No. I think it's first time I seen Khadija here.
You call Khadija to you ask for Khadija to join already. I don't forget,
I forget.
Hi, Gail. I see you.
Yeah,
all right, but the Sean person said absolutely nothing.
Let them newcomers come forth, man.
Jaiga,
Good night.
When you guys first began, right, and you were talking about paying the bill at a restaurant, that happened to my coworker for her birthday, which was last week. So we had 5 people or 6 people. They all went to this restaurant or whatever. They order food and they drink. Who drink Patron, who drink vodka, who whatever. When the bill come, she's telling me, when the bill come, people start to ball, who ordered Patron? Who ordered this? I didn't drink that.
No.
So she knew what she drank. They were supposed to split the bill. She paid her $75 and she tell the waitress, here, take my money. I'm out.
Oh wow. Well, I guess that line bust up. Them in line with each other again ever.
Right.
That is it for that line.
She leave them right there till them figure out what it is they want.
I would do that too. I ain't going
That's a
through
US
that.
thing. That's a US thing. I don't believe in that at all. I find
Yeah,
if you get invited to a
I can't do
line
it.
as friends, if it's somebody like if it's Nikki birthday and me and Ro'dey and everybody decide we going dinner for Nikki birthday, Nikki can't pay.
Right.
We taking Nikki out for her birthday. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We had actually.
Yes, it's KFC going if it's on you.
Wow. Boy.
Right.
But if I might jump in,
Nikki, you just block your blessing and you will see something. You will start to get a catabol. Because you're right.
can I
Like
jump in?
It really is a US thing
Mommy.
because I don't know
Gail, good
anything
night.
about that. But I mean, when in Rome, you have to do,
But but me and my friend group, we have a rule: whoever organize the line foot the bill. It don't matter where you
Good
order.
night, everybody.
Oh wow. Good night, Gail. What's going on?
It's different in Trinidad. It's different. Don't be so in Trinidad.
No, because you know how your friends are, you know what they like. So you walk with enough money that you know will cover whichever venue you're going to.
Guys, when Trinidadians drinking thing, they never drink before.
Yeah, I can carry everybody in the spaces.
Maria, I could line with
Good
you.
night, everybody.
Once is by. Good night.
My in-laws was
My in-laws was
Gail,
Guyanese.
Why is she breaking up?
Gail, you're real breaking up, Gail. I'm the internet.
what we got is the in-laws was Guyanese.
That's it.
And like the cheap with the Wi-Fi, they keep it in the
Yeah. Like
pocket.
your in-laws still in Ghana. But the Wi-Fi ain't good at all. The last time I was in Ghana, I remember it was pressure.
Lily.
Gail, what's going on?
Okay, so I have a question. It like for the wedding thing, right? That you guys talked about.
Good night.
Is it okay for all right? Let's say a
My
couple getting married.
my former brother-in-law was getting married
Just so married.
Okay, sorry.
in Brooklyn to a Bayesian young lady. Y'all can hear me?
Not
We
really.
can
Y'all
hear
can
you
hear
now.
me?
It's not really. You're breaking up badly, Gail.
There's a
Not good at all.
storm in New Jersey. Sorry.
Oh, there's a storm in New Jersey. Got you.
Okay, so my
That storm.
brother-in-law was going to get married to this Bayesian girl.
That marriage dead, boy.
Yeah, boy, it's going through. It's going through. It's
Ah,
going
she,
through.
she,
A real story, Gail.
That marriage
she
ain't lasting
mentioned
at
Guyana,
all.
you know.
As she mentioned Ghana, everything just fall apart. Everything fall apart. All right, Marlene, you're saying something?
Okay, so all right, couple getting married. Um, and the bride decide because she want to do things by the book. You know, them people who just read book and the book say or the doctor say, and they want to go with what we normally does do. So you having a wedding and you decide to do um your invitation and what's have you. So you're dealing with people who is not of your culture, but you and your husband is from Trini. And you decide to do your invitation and have a wedding, but not put the groom's parents' name on the invitation.
Madness.
That is
Now,
crazy.
right, and because the people say if they're not paying for the wedding, their names shouldn't be on there. Is that right? I just asked.
Correct
No.
In
is
some
right.
cultures, it
Correct is
is.
right.
Say again.
In some
Yeah.
cultures, it is.
In some
It,
cultures it is.
it have more to
Some
that,
cultures, it
man.
is.
No,
No,
all
it's
right.
not more to
But
it.
Well,
That's just how it
no,
is. That's how
because
it is. In some cultures, that's how it is.
okay, well, I don't understand that if the parents are not paying for the wedding and you and your husband to be could do it yourselves instead of them paying, you know, why not just
yeah, I think also respect for the husband's parents, their name should be there.
I find so too.
I mean it's
It
your
should
in
be there.
laws.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's your
again,
in
that is
laws.
because it's a
It's your
cultural thing.
in-laws. It shows that
That
they
is what
care.
right. That's what we believe. That shows that they care, but not in all cultures operate that way. Because
And
all right,
hello, they
certain
from Trinidad. I say that. They from Trinidad.
All
Everybody
in
the
No,
both
law.
the both
them
couples from
them switch
Trinidad.
up long time. Them switch long time.
Them switch. They from
Them
Trinidad, but
switch
all
up
the
long them
friends
only.
well, that's what
and
I said. You get
the
it at the
graphic
Before we
artists.
same time.
bef-
You
before we conclude, not all in-laws just be in approval of the person, the daughter or the son going to marry. They will come in out of respect, but deep down they'll be like out of everybody. So that is why I feel it had more to that. Yeah, I'm
So
telling you.
I want to
it's
I want to add I want to add one before we go.
uh
The this is recently here. I don't know if I tell Jaiga about this one. The a young man get married. He get married, and in the reception, the father-in-law turned to him and said, "You will never be good enough for my daughter."
See what I'm saying?
Hold on, fellas in here, men in here. What would your response to that be?
I telling you as a woman, I've been knocking my father down.
Watch that. This man started cussing father-in-law. Your stinking mother, and a big cussing in the middle of the hall.
But
Let me get
the
mad.
man
Cussing her.
knew what he was saying. He wasn't good
Okay,
enough.
go ahead. Yeah.
My answer to him will be, I'll give you 2 grandchildren that you will be forced to love.
You see?
Yeah, that my
And
That's what
and
response.
the
I
that
still,
response to.
I still
So,
and
Bunny,
that
Jamaican.
you're
would
a
be
breeder? You're a breeder, Bunny?
Yeah, I don't play.
All that talk,
Wow.
uncle. I still jamming your daughter.
Wow.
But you understand? But the holiest thinking, mother so and so, I find that was in poor taste, man. It could
Nah,
have some
Still traveling
sarcastic
nah,
with
nah, nah, nah,
response.
daughter.
nah, nah, nah. That ain't poor taste at all. I from San, I telling you
Yeah,
your
that
mother.
would
So
have
I
been
listen,
some.
girl.
Daughter
That would
still
have been
getting
very.
jam.
Yeah, that ain't for this man.
I telling you how
He
I feel.
upset the man and he wedding.
I would hate to have them kind of
Hello.
vibes in my wedding.
Same.
But
Me and your daughter still jamming.
But hold on, let me ask this, right? In St. Vincent, this couple got married and the church was having like a potluck. So everybody had to bring a dish. So they got their wedding license and in the church they asked the pastor to marry them right there and then. So the reception was the potluck where people brought food for the
I
Ooh,
like them. I
for
like
the
That
them.
was
church to
very
come
sweet.
together.
I love them.
Lisa.
That was
I want a
very
wife so.
smart.
I want a wife so. If I have a wife who could convince me and be like, babe, here what? It's having an all-inclusive session. I get 2 complimentary. It's having a pasta day. Let me go and do this thing day one time and thing up. Yeah. I want to beat a woman like that. That's his woman.
Vinci is our wedding specialist, boy. She has stories with wedding, boy.
That is place to be.
Hey, and I think Trinidad Bad Vince is the only place where more people come in the reception who you don't know than people who
Wow.
you actually invite.
Wow. Listen, guys, it was nice. We have something next week that's going and shake the whole place. Kevin, I forget what's to bring it to the forefront, but the wedding thing come and trumpet. Next week we have a story to give earlier. I know himself getting a hint it now to get people wild. And I just want a straight answer. Is the person right or wrong? When they hear the story, just ask whether just answer whether the person right or wrong. That is all. We dealing with
The
right and
damn
We have
wrong
to
right.
next
wait
week.
a
I ain't know it
whole
is
week.
yet, but the damn right.
Nah, Lily. Lily.
I agree with
Damn
Lily.
Gotta
right.
love my Lily, you know.
Remember you say the right, eh? Remember, mark it down there, you say the right, eh? I want you to remember you say the right. Next week we will know whether or not Lily was right for saying the right. Bonnie, let me get the numbers.
Yeah, good night. So we had a constant flow at 70. I start with it and I want to end with it again. Nikki, this is not the end, Nikki. I want everybody to keep
Yeah, yeah.
showing Nikki that love. Tag she, call the radio station. Don't burn out Goofy. Don't burn out Goofy. But share the love because even if she not there, I know she radio go be on Ojo because I ain't think she sleeping late.
Oh, gee.
She go get on and still put on and listen. Nikki, we love you. The Spacers, the Ojo family, everybody. You know what I mean? Do what you had to do, Sishrin. Stay safe.
Thank you, Bunny.
Next week,
Yes,
I think we're gonna be
Nikki.
calling these spaces international spaces because like everybody gonna be outside then.
Everybody
It's
outside.
true.
Yeah.
So on that then,
Aqua is in the house. Say hi to
yeah,
Aqua. He just
hey,
Aqua,
Aqua
blessings.
Bedrin, blessings,
Good night,
Hey,
my brother.
Aqua.
Senior, love.
So I know everybody waiting for the real moment at the spaces here
Aqua,
now.
Yes,
you stinking
Lily.
dog.
Lily, over
Come
to
on,
you,
cheer me up, cheer
Lily.
me up.
Yeah, little go to.
Where's
Make a
Lily?
right turn and then make a left turn.
Kevin.
What's going on
Right.
with Lily?
Are you
All
getting
right.
me?
Lily,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Right.
hearing you.
yeah.
Tonight we're tinging up, and we're officially recording for the first time. Nikki checking in from in the bush with level crickets. We had somebody named the fellatio specialist who touched down tonight, but Paula on him or her, whoever, we don't know. But we don't know if it was based on quantity or quality, and if it was a matter of personal opinion. But they go on anyway because they realize things too hot inside of here. Jaiga reached a new level of load. Jaiga promised to cash app or Uber ride to somebody. But okay, we ain't gonna talk nothing about that. Rody now wake up in Atlanta. He can't get acclimatized and he's still suffering from jet lag. Don't mind Atlanta on the same time zone as Trinidad, but we ain't gonna tell him nothing. Jaiga said Nick Jaiga Biden, sorry, because he has been there so long. Jaiga Biden says that Nikki touched down in his US and she's a full cacahole And apparently, this is a new compliment. Bonnie offered to pay her $50 for followers, but it didn't work out. So we want to see if next week it goes work a little better and we'll get more followers. Ro'dey getting married in a community center. Jaiga is bringing 3 cases of stag. Now, what Paula and the rest of us want to know is what Jaiga was doing with 3 cases of stag following a wedding that he didn't know he would have had to bring drinks for in the first place. How did 3 cases of stag end up in his trunk? But he want to talk about the people, like if them is locho, but really and truly, who is the locho when you walking around with 3 cases of stag in your trunk for people wedding? Right? Kevin is a new level of dog. Kevin working with a man named Derek. Kevin pumping with Derek like a brother every day. And Monday morning when Kevin reached to work, Derek said Kevin did get married, weekend gone. Right? But you go Bonnie, aka another Kevin, tried to slip in that he get married 2011 times and tried to make poor Lily 2012. But no, we rebuke it in Jesus' name and we move on silently. We're neighbor, we're neighbor.
For
Like
real.
neighbor John. We know, we ain't hear from she, but we don't know. Molly, maybe have somebody, little Asian son, hang up because she like them small, she like them red, and she like them too feisty, and she just beat. So that had to be an Asian that she's talking about. Talking about Asian, Maria joined these spaces tonight from Vincent. Maria say, when you get married, do it Asian style, because the Asian style is to pay for nothing like your mother and father and then feel the pain. Vinci is the only place she say where you sure to have more people in your reception that you don't know than in your actual ceremony itself. Marlene came in and she was so lackluster and very tired with a serious hangover. And just so, Jaiga spring up and say, and nobody can party like Marlene, and nobody can pump like Marlene, and Marlene and them don't sleep. How Jaiga know that? I don't know, man, all your business. Gail is the Gail is Wi-Fi from she neighbors, and she neighbors and them in Guyana. But it so happened that tonight Gail in-laws changed the password to the Wi-Fi. So she coming in and out, in and out. But what she used to do is to make a sweet bread and send it over for them, and she'll get the proper password for next week. Aqua, as usual, nourished like a teenage girl. Period. Aqua, we hope that next week or sometime we go see you on time. And as long as they keep showing up, nobody pregnant. That's it for your good night.
This is the third party, Jaiga, Nikki, Ro'dey.